Welcome to the shadow frequency, where the veil between this world and the next grows thin, and the things that whisper in the dark are given voice. From the cryptic candlelit studios, deep in the Indiana forests, your host, Matt Wilson, and his spectral producer, Juniper Ravenwood, unearth the forbidden, the forgotten, and the fearsome. So, still your heart, dim the light, and listen closely. For once you tune into the shadow frequency, you may never tune out.
Okay, let's see. I swear the folder was right in here. Maybe under the... Ah! What? Did you see that?
What? What happened?
Something just ran out of the cabinet. Looked like a scarab.
Ha! A scarab? Like Egyptian style? You sure it wasn't just a beetle?
Oh, it had that look, trust me. Shiny metallic green, creepy little legs. They went right under the corner shelf.
Great. First we had haunted typewriters. Now we've got ancient Egyptian beetles nesting in the cabinet. Maybe that mummy sand from a couple episodes ago finally hatched something.
Don't even joke about that. I still hear scratching at night from that thing.
You sure it's not just the fan?
Nope. That was definitely a bug with a purpose. Anyway, before something else crawls out of there. Got it. Episode 221.
Haunting of the Accomac Inn. Oh, perfect. Old riverside hauntings, ghostly women in white, feels like home.
Maybe we'll find out if our scarab friend came with the file.
Or if something followed it from the river. Tonight we're heading to Helen, Pennsylvania, along the fog-draped banks of the Susquehanna River, where the historic Accomac Inn once offered fine dining, warm lights, and apparently lingering guests who never left.
I'm already seeing shadows near that corner again.
Then it's a perfect night to open another file from the Cabinet of Doom.
You are tuned to the shadow frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. Hosted by Matt Wilson. Produced by Juniper Ravenwood. With Chris Beach. The darkness continues.
Imagine a place where the river's whisper carries secrets older than the stones that line its banks. A grand old inn shrouded in fog, where candle flames flicker not just from the breeze, but from unseen hands brushing past. Tonight, we delve into the eternal chill of the Accomac Inn, where a spectral lady in white wanders the halls, her presence as undeniable as the shadows that cling to every corner. What tragedies bind her to this world, refusing to let her fade into the mist? Buckle up, listeners, the echoes are about to grow louder.
Oh, Juniper, you've got me hooked already, like stepping into a ghost story I can't escape.
Then take us in, Matt. The file's waiting.
Thanks, Juniper, for digging into that creaky old file cabinet again and pulling out this gem from the depths. Keep your eye on that scarab. All right, folks, let's crack open the case on the haunting of the Accomac Inn. Picture this. Helen, Pennsylvania, along the murky Susquehanna River, where the water laps at shores like it's trying to pull secrets back into the depths. The Accomac Inn started its life back in the 18th century as a humble ferry house and tavern, a beacon for travelers crossing the river's treacherous currents. By the 1800s, it had evolved into a stagecoach stop, then a full-fledged inn serving up meals and lodging to folks from all walks of life, merchants, lovers, wanderers. But it wasn't until the 20th century that it became a fine dining hotspot, with white tablecloths, crystal glasses, and views of the river that could steal your breath away. It closed its doors for good in 2019, but that's when the real stories started pouring out, like spirits uncorked from a forgotten bottle. The star of this spectral show is the Lady in White, a ghostly figure who's been sighted drifting through the empty dining rooms and up the creaking staircases. Guests and staff over the years reported her first. An ethereal woman in a flowing white gown, her face pale and sorrowful, appearing near the windows overlooking the river. One former waiter swore he saw her during a late-night closing shift, standing by the fireplace where no fire burned, her form shimmering like moonlight on water. He'd feel a sudden drop in temperature, a cold spot that raised goosebumps on his arms, even in the heat of summer. And then there were the footsteps, soft, deliberate, padding across the hardwood floors when the place was locked tight and empty. Patrons dining in the upscale era would hear them overhead, echoing from the unused upper floors, like someone pacing in eternal wait. Digging deeper into the lore, the lady's tied to a heartbreaking tale from the colonial days. They say she was a young bride-to-be promised a riverboat captain who met his end in the Susquehanna's raging floods. Heartbroken, she threw herself from the inn's balcony into the waters below, her white dress billowing like a sail caught in the wind. Now she returns, searching for her lost love, her apparitions strong during fog-shrouded nights when the river rises. Chefs in the kitchen reported utensils moving on their own, pots clanging as if an invisible hand stirred a pot of eternal sorrow. One manager even captured an EVP, electronic voice phenomena, on a recorder left overnight, a faint whisper, "Wait for me," repeating like a loop from beyond the grave. And the cold spots? They're not random. They cluster around the old bridal suite, where mirrors fog up without breath, and shadows stretch longer than they should, forming the outline of a woman with outstretched arms. The inn's history layers on the dread, built on land that saw Native American spirits long before European settlers, and later during the Civil War era. It sheltered runaway slaves via the Underground Railroad, whispers of pursuit and freedom mingling with the river's roar. But the lady dominates, her presence so strong that even after closure, urban explorers sneaking in report doors slamming shut, lights flickering in the derelict halls, and the overwhelming sense of being watched by eyes that burn with unspoken grief. Imagine sitting at a dusty table now, the air thick with the scent of damp wood and faded roses, feeling her chill brush your neck as she passes by, forever bound to this place of love lost to the currents. It's as if the inn itself is a vessel holding her essence long after the last guest is gone. Makes you wonder what other echoes linger in those walls.
Gives me the shivers just hearing it. I can almost hear the river calling.
Hold that thought, Juniper. Let's pause here and let it sink in before we dive back. Over to you.
Phew, that first dive into the Accomac Inn has the shadows feeling a bit closer tonight, doesn't it? The lady in white, those phantom 62 footsteps, is the kind of tale that sticks with you long after the lights go out. What about you, listeners? Are you feeling that river chill from your headphones? Or picturing her gaze from across the room? Stick around, we've got more layers to uncover. What's a word from Chris and your fellow shadow dwellers in the mailbag? Chris, take it away.
Cheers, Juniper. If the shadows have drawn you in, stay a while. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, or wherever you tune in to your favorite podcasts. Dive deeper at shadowfrequencypodcast.com. There, you can explore our complete episode archive, check out our Shadow blog for deeper dives into each case, snag some exclusive merch, or even help support the show by buying us a coffee. And here's something fun. Leave us a voicemail on the site and tell us where in the world you're listening from. You just might hear yourself on the next episode. Take it away, Juniper.
Thanks, Chris. All right, shadows, time to fire up the spectral cosmic message materializer. Flipping the switches now, engaging the etheric coils and tuning the dials to the unknown frequencies. Let's peek into the void and pull forth the missive.
Message retrieved from the void.
Okay, carefully unfurling it now to reveal the words from beyond the veil. This says, hey, Matt and Juniper. Longtime listener, first-time emailer here. I'm Dana from Asheville, North Carolina, and I catch the shadow frequency on Spotify during my late-night commute home from the hospital. Your show is my ritual. Thermos of coffee, mountain fog, and your haunted file cabinet creeping open right on cue. Instant goosebumps. What I love most is how you balance the spooky with the thoughtful. The way Matt frames the lore and Juniper hunts down those lost folders makes it feel like we're all in the studio with you flipping through dusty pages together. Please never retire that file cabinet bit. It's become my favorite running gag in podcast land. If tonight's episode is anything like the last few, I'm ready. Lights low, phone on Do Not Disturb, cats staring at corners like they see something I don't. Question for the mailbag. Do you think certain locations stay charged because of repeated storytelling, like the legends themselves keep the activity alive? Or is it more about the land holding memory, with or without us? Thanks for the community you've built. I've already told 3 coworkers to tune in, and one of them swears she heard whispering in her earbuds. Happy to hear sign off. She's still listening, so that's a win. You have my permission to read this on the show. Keep the static coming and all the mysteries coming. Stay uncanny. Dana M., Asheville, North Carolina says, P.S. If the file cabinet spits out a folder with my name on it, put it back, pretty please. Dana, what a delightfully eerie note. Love how our file cabinets become your commute companion. And that P.S. has me eyeing our shelves suspiciously now. Great question on charged locations. It's got my producer brain spinning with the possibilities. Listeners, hit us up at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com with your own thoughts. Back to the inn's depths.
You are tuned to the shadow frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. The darkness continues.
Absolutely, Juniper. Let's wade deeper into the Accomac's murky waters. Picking up where we left off, the lady in white isn't just a fleeting glimpse. Her manifestations grew more insistent in the inn's later years. Bartenders recounted glasses sliding across the bar on their own, stopping precisely where a spectral hand might rest, as if ordering a drink from the other side. During renovations in the 1970s, workers unearthed old letters in the walls. Love notes from a 1770s era, speaking of a drowned suitor and a woman's unending vigil. Paranormal investigators who snuck in post-closure captured orbs on camera, floating through the ballroom like lost souls at an endless dance, and shadow figures that mimicked a woman's silhouette, arms reaching toward the river as if calling to something or someone beneath the surface. The river itself amplifies the haunt, bodies pulled from its currents over centuries, including rumored murders and suicides, feeding the land's restless energy. Guests reported dreams of drowning, waking with wet footprints on their floors that evaporated by morning. One couple, celebrating an anniversary, felt an icy grip on their shoulders during dessert, followed by the apparition materializing at their table, her eyes pleading before vanishing, leaving behind the faint scent of river mud and wilted flowers. And the upper floors? Sealed off now, but echoes persist. Children's laughter turning to sobs, furniture scraping as rearranged by ghostly inhabitants, reliving forgotten feasts. Now for a moment of pause amid the chill. While these tales are compelling, skeptics point to the inn's age. Creaky beams expanded in humidity could mimic footsteps, and cold spots might stem from drafts off the river or poor insulation in a building that's seen 250 years of wear. Those EVPs could be audio pareidolia, our minds shaping static into words, something to chew on, even as the mystery pulls you under. But the sheer volume of consistent reports from unrelated witnesses across decades keeps the paranormal flame flickering. Ultimately, the Accomac stands as a monument to unresolved echoes, where love's betrayal and the river's pull create a vortex no closure could seal. What if visiting now, in its abandonment, awakens her anew, drawing you to her eternal weight? In the end, some shadows refuse to dissolve, no matter the light we shine, leaving us forever on the edge of the unseen.
Its skeptic twist hit like a draft from nowhere. Now I'm questioning every creak in my own place.
That's the fun of it, Juniper. Wrap us up, will you?
Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? Wrap us up, will you? and there it fades into the frequency. The Accomac Inn's Lady in White, a timeless specter of loss and longing along the Susquehanna's edge. Thanks for tuning in to episode 221, Shadows. Your company in the dark makes these tales come alive. Drop us your own ghostly encounters with thoughts at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com, and you can hawk tower corners on our website, shadowfrequencypodcast.com. Join us next time for another file unearthed from the file cabinet. Mac, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, listeners. Sleep tight, but not too tight.
Until the next whisper calls, stay shadowed.
This episode was conjured with a solemn vow to explore the unexplained while remaining bound to the truths that have been unearthed. All interpretations are speculative and offered only for your enlightenment and your entertainment.